I'm attempting a controlled descent.
Sunlight. I've been dreaming of it for months. But it's hard to enjoy alone. The crash seems so long ago now. Father was right. We shouldn't have gone so deep. They do not want us down there. Despite my best efforts, ill health is taking hold of me. Marguerite and Father are already part of this incredible planet. It's reassuring to know that when I go, I'll join them. Until then, well, there's always the view.
All right. Nice slow start to the evening, but I'm okay with that. I set this about 75 or so, and that gives me, I hope, the balance of sound that's required to pull this off as a stream. I'm joined in starting tonight by Electrical Skateboard. Thank you, Electrical, who was always hanging at you regardless. Now that I'm live, I've made my announcements on Twitter and Facebook, so I don't know if I'll be joined by anybody else. But if everyone else is having a live tonight, I'm okay with that. It is a Saturday night. Starting at about 11 p.m. Central Daylight Time for me, so it's a kind of a late night stream. By now, people are out doing something meaningful. Or passed out, but either way, they should not necessarily be available to watch streamers, so. We'll catch some of the late night people that are just kind of hanging out at home. Still, I think I need to get a SSD card for this game. The loading is pretty long, but after that, it's actually pretty good. Nothing else needs to be loaded at all. I think it loads the entire game.
Warning, emergency power only. Oxygen production offline.
So I've been working on a lot of different things since the last stream that I did. I streamed day 4. Where, for me, it's day 4, not in-game day 4. So I don't know how many days pass in-game of that time. All right, everything is looking great.
Power restored. All primary systems online.
One of the things that is probably most notable of what I've done here is move my base. So I got in today some and actually did some decent playing and got some things worked out. You will remember previously, those of you watching in retrospect, that what I did was I had, let's see, the mushroom forest over there on the west side of the map. I had a base similar to this, so I had essentially just 2 multi-purpose rooms and was trying to get a scanner room hooked up, but was failing miserably at that. I managed to figure it out here. It kind of came with its own connector, so that's something I think that is useful. The connectors come out of the sides here, these panels. So if you put it within a reasonable range and it will actually come out with its own connector. So, we built a... I've got this built here, essentially, and moved a lot of the resources from there. I think I have one more multi-purpose room that I need to move, which we'll do here in a minute.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Same sort of setup. I just have a bioreactor as soon as I go in, which I probably need to top up here in a minute. I think the peepers actually do decent for biofood, so I'm going to grab that here in a minute. Some changes that I did, but I don't want to progress too much without streaming it. So, power cell charger, battery charger, which is great because now if I have them on a rotation, we're in a good shape. Because I tend to use those a lot. I've got a medical fabricator here. I don't know what I'm going to do for windows in this room, but we'll figure that out here in a little while. I need a lot more glass for that. A lot of storage in here. I wanted a place, and I did a ton of resource farming today as well. So we are. I just wanted to have a lot of resources so that I could actually progress on a base, and not have people just watch me farming resources all day long. That's not really what I wanted to do with the stream. But we're getting better. I can probably put another locker here, but I will here in a little bit. But copper, ruby, and diamonds I keep in one. Copper. So I basically did some segregation of my different resources. Got some organization done. Got a whole thing for biological. Table coral, you need all kinds of things, but the acid mushrooms I think is going to be good to have for batteries as we go. Glass, titanium, miscellaneous. I've got a fabricator kit here. This right here is, I noticed that I've been getting thirsty entirely too fast these days. And it may, Arisea thinks it may be because of the foray, or Kara, whatever the disease we have, is starting to take hold. One of the cool things is I have this interior grow bed with bulbo trees, so I made a trip to one of the islands, picked these up. You'll recall these are the, they give you pretty huge samples. But the samples are edible, and they are highly, they have a lot of water content. So this was an idea Arisea had that was fantastic. The thing is, when you chop on these trees, they do disappear, but you can grab a piece from another one and plant it in this spot. So you essentially can just keep the thing going, which is really cool. That way, food and water are less of a problem than they were having to keep going back to some biome where you get the bladderfish were having to create some stuff there. Here's the scanner room, which is really cool. The decent thing is, in the scanner room, you have a map essentially of the entire area. Now you can see where I have put the base here. I'll talk more about my location here, but here on the side of a cliff face, you've got the mushroom forest down here. And right above me, you will see we have the kelp forest, and then kind of up in this area here, you have the shallows. And then down here is the start, kind of on the edge of the thing, is the start of the, I forget what they call the thing. Sparse reef, I believe it is. So where I am currently located, I have about 3 or 4 biomes within this radius that I can scan, which is really really cool. This thing here, you're able to pick whatever is in range, and it will find it for you. So for instance, if I wanted to let's look for lithium, for instance. We'll scan for lithium. Now, one of the things that you can do in your player setup is put a chip here that it will actually keep this, report this data to you live. But you can look out through cameras, for instance, and you can actually depart the cameras. I can look at this whole base just standing in my base. And you'll see how it spots lithium. The cameras are just these little ball things. The problem with the little cameras is that the stalkers, the scary things in this biome that attack all the time, they love metal, and so they'll actually run away with it. It's actually kind of funny. But the cool thing is I'm able to just, as long as I'm within range, drive these around and look around without actually having to go outside the house. So that's fantastic. I'm able to come here, and then within range. So there is a range to it, but you can see how vast this mushroom forest biome is up in this side. There's a gigantic one around here somewhere. I think that's the one there. Or is it this? And the gigantic one is kind of like a bone shark. Yeah, here's the one. People like to build bases around this tree, or so I've heard. We're kind of on the edge of the radius of the camera signal here. Is of course night. I need to come down here. We're going to look at life pod 13 here in a little while. I've got a data box down there I want to scan. That's the best thing about the life pods and the Rex, is the data boxes and getting fragments that you can scan and then build whatever blueprints they give you after that. But it's cool, like whatever I resource, if I'm looking for lithium, if I'm looking for, see, I mean, clearly you can see that there's a ton of lithium closer to where we are. And the reasons that I put the base where I did was because it's a difficult place to build for sure, but like that's not a challenge with this game. You can always creatively come up with some cool places. Cool things to do with it. I have enough to where I can really essentially build vertically and up along this cliff face. It's going to be a challenge, but it's going to be kind of fun to do, I think. But what I like about where we are located is that I have a biome right behind me, the mushroom forest. I have the kelp forest right here. And completely within range, just over the spot right here, is shallows. And then down here on the outer edges of the kelp forest, where the shallows end, you actually start another biome as well, which is the sparse reef, which is a little bit terrifying. But there's like nothing living in it, so it's not really terrifying for a reason. Anyway, I won't go exploring, but there's a lot of really cool things around here. A lot of cool resources. It was a much better place to put a base as opposed to in just one biome with plenty of space to build, which is kind of half the fun. Is that you can kind of go creativity, but then the usefulness as far as scanning and having a lot of resources around you is less than ideal. Getting slapped by fish. Pretty cool. I've already been getting thirsty just while I've been doing that, so it's kind of annoying. Okay, I think I have enough space in my inventory. What I'm going to do right now is grab the Seamoth.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Incidentally, there is one thing I want to show you guys that I managed to get into place, and that is to create a map of... there was maps out there, but not ones that I really liked, the way that they were labeled and such. But I got a map of Subnautica going here. So basically, I can show you guys what I'm looking at. And if you look at it, right in the center there's the safe shallows. That's an area we know very well. We know what in that biome what is there. Surrounding it, and that's the green, are the kelp forest. So there's kelp forest to the north, kelp forest essentially to the west. And that's where, in the safe shallows, right in the middle of the map, really is Life Pod 5. Kelp forest to the south, and then alternately, if you look at the red areas, there is grassy plateaus around that. So you kind of get to know those three biomes pretty well, and that's really just the center of the map, kind of like a tier 1. After that, you have the two mushroom forests, if you look at the blue. And then the mushroom forest to the west is where I've located my base. So that's, I have a marker on there, an icon for where my base is. You can see we have kelp forest, we have safe shallows. Just over the top, if I go dead south, grassy plateau, and then I have dunes out to the west. So I have, it's actually dunes. I was saying it was a sparse reef, it was dunes. If I go south, directly south, I can get all the way to the island down there So there's a lot of cool things. It was more useful as an area than building out the West Mushroom Forest, where the only two biomes that I really have in range are going to be Grassy Plateau and the Bulb Zone. And I'm not so sure how much is there. So I thought a base out to the west was going to be a lot smarter than a base out to the east, where I had one previously. So that was the general idea of doing this, is relocating. It wasn't something I was thinking about doing, but I began to think a little bit about the utility of having things where I picked them. And I thought it was smarter maybe to relocate like that. There's a good chance I'm going to run out of energy on the way, but I think I have a power cell here, so I'll be okay. Do some running around, and having a power cell charger makes having to make new power cells irrelevant. So we'll be able to get there. I'll probably come back with a bad charger or with a bad power cell, and we'll be able to switch them out. Calfart's quite beautiful. Dangerous because of the stupid stalkers. But once you know how to handle stalkers, they're not quite as threatening as they used to be. I'm stopping more for this. Getting resources everywhere I can find them. I tend to use a lot of copper, so I'm having to find copper right now. Those little limestone outcrops is where you get those, so I tend to stop for, if I see a limestone, I'll stop and go grab it. Life Pod 3, there was nothing much there. We actually looked at that earlier. What is this? Shale. Sandstone. Lead. Lead and silver in those. Stalkers like to go for metal. One of the things that I'm trying to do is gather more stalker teeth so we have more enameled glass as well. We're kind of cutting through the length of the Cal Forest. That's why there seems to be so much of it. Interesting, that's probably a Cyclops engine piece, I'll bet. Yeah. There's another engine fragment. So I have, one of the things that happened to me today in, where did my Seamoth go? There. Am I heading out to the mountains? Am I cutting through the mountains here? What am I doing? Interesting. I wonder if this has been relocated. It seems that way. Oh, I put one by the island. That makes more sense. Okay, this is actually the island that I went to. Hang on. Hang on a moment. Okay, so mushroom forest there. But okay, so I put some navigation pieces around. They've been helpful. No wonder I was like, where am I going here? But it's because I ended up going toward the wrong piece. I am actually going to come up here to the mountains and do some exploration tonight. It's kind of in my on my to-do list. Come up here and explore some of this deep water. North of the eastern island. Hey Rikenji, how are you? Welcome. How's your Saturday going? I bet you there's a stalker tooth down here somewhere. Where they're hanging around. Those jerky stalkers. Radiation, okay, so I need to... Oh, I didn't bring my radiation deal? Oh, we're gonna leave that for now then. I'm not interested in losing health. I thought I might have had it with me. Okay. Let's stay out of the radiation zone. But fair enough. Okay, so one of the things that I've made sure to do this over the course of today, really, is just more some of the mundane stuff that I don't think is as fun to stream. So besides like relocating my base to what I feel is like a more useful spot, I also got to work gathering a lot of resources, just doing some farming basically around the local area. And during that time, looking for some of those pieces, I found the 2 missing hull fragments that I needed for the Cyclops schematic. So I managed to find the rest of what I needed for the Cyclops. And also gather the resources. So that's going to be on my to-do list tonight. Is to build a working Cyclops, which is going to be fantastic. We'll and then we'll play around with it and get to know it a little bit. Figure out how it works. And I have some other things on my to-do list tonight that I will need to do. Some things I'll need to work on. Very rough terrain. And I was sure that I was going to be out of energy doing all that running around, but okay. No repairing needed. Sweet.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Take a look at my energy, see how much we need there. Probably need to begin gathering some more. I think it's working on these guys right now. The hoverfish tend to last a while. So what I may do is go grab hoverfish and just basically fill it with that. They're in abundance in this area. If I chop one and it disappears on me, what I will do is then use the planter and plant it so it begins to grow as a new tree. Which is cool because essentially it's like a self-sustaining. Water production plant. Hopefully these will grow fast enough. Okay, so let's see here. What I want to do. Let's put all this stuff in where it goes. Copper with the copper. Gold and silver I keep together. And I have a spot for lead over here. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Okay. And then let me go put this power cell back on the charger here. And switch it out for a charged power cell. That way I always have a charged power cell on me. Pretty cool. So Rikenji, a bit bitter, but you've been sick? I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully it's gonna be your recovery will be pretty fast. You're saying you're on the mend? Alright, so another goal that I had tonight. Actually, let me bring up what my to-do list was. I've been keeping this as well, kind of like a nightly stream objectives idea. So one of the things I wanted to do was build a moon room tonight. If I can upgrade the Seamoth's depth module, I will do that, assuming I can say that. Build a Cyclops, it'll be easy to do. I have all of the stuff for that. Upgrade select items. What I wanted to do, and I haven't done the resource gathering for this, but see what items I still have on me that I can upgrade. If I can, then grab a knife, fins, O2 tank, etc. Explore the Jellyshroom Cave is going to depend on whether or not I can upgrade the Seamoth's depth module. Oh my goodness. And then of course I wanted to look at the Sea Trader's Way and the mountains where there is an abundance apparently of magnetite, which is what I'm going to require for some of my my things, at least some of the schematics that I can build. On the map here, the Sea Trader's Way is all the way there out to the west, the light blue side on the left side of the map. We'll try to go to the Sea Trader's Way. Another thing is the mountains up in the top northeast. So that's kind of like the dark chrome gray area up there. So kind of opposite sides. But I figured what I would do is try to get the Cyclops created, and then we could go in and try to get those areas explored. So in the meanwhile, let's go try see if we can get what I need to build the moon room. So I have some titanium ingots. I need 2 of those, lubricant and lead 2. Lead, got those. Titanium. Titanium is in abundance. If you get 10 of them, you can put together an ingot. So I've got a bunch of those, and I'll need the rest of these, I think, for the Cyclops. And I think lubricant was the other. Where do I keep that? Oh, in here. Okay. So let's build a moon room onto this base, which is, of course, a docking station for these guys. And for now, I've just been kind of leaving them over here. But what I wanted to do was put a moon room right in this spot right here. So see if I can figure this out. This is where I want it. I just don't want it quite so far, so let me go down. I don't know if I... There we go. If I need to connect it. Hopefully this is on par, right? See, it automatically connects it. So there's some of these pieces. I'm gonna have some repair to do. This is gonna be problematic. The base is gonna be flooding. Okay, what I need is some reinforcement.
After weeks without human contact, it is normal to experience psychological discomfort. Research indicates symptoms may be partly alleviated by adopting a pet or anthropomorphizing an inanimate object.
So here's what I'm gonna do here. This will probably help with the structural integrity. 3 to base, health strength. Okay, so I need to come up with a way to not do this to myself. Whenever this happens, what you have to do is grab your repair tool. You have to increase the structural integrity. Wow, look at this. What are we scanning for? There's a lot of it around. And then repair the issues. Kind of fun. And then the water automatically drains. Okay, that's everything in here, right? This is a mechanic I was hoping not to experience too fast, but here we are doing it, so. It's not quite where I want one of those placed. Okay, but I have the whole, at least the whole integrity right now to get this repaired. At least I get to show this aspect of this game off. Trick is finding all of these. And what I may do is here in this room, Or I'm not intending on doing too much looking around. Is there any more in here? I don't see another place I have to repair. I totally forgotten that I didn't necessarily have the hull strength to be able to put up with all of this, but here we go.
Hull integrity restored. Draining systems initiated.
That's kind of cool. All right. So then, what I'll be able to do is essentially dock all of this stuff. And that's another entrance and exit that you have. That's pretty cool. So. I'm glad this worked out. The actual placement of the moon room worked out really well. But as you can see, because of the limited spot that I'm building, I'm going to have to build high. I have to build tall rather than building out to the... which means that I'm probably going to have to come up with like I-beams and then like ladders and things that all go on here. We'll have to get it figured out. I may have to end up building something in this spot right here. Or perhaps a piece here, and then if I can fit a room here, that'll be great, and I'll use that as like a ladder. So get some oxygen.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Alright, and we've drained in the time that I was running around out there. Okay, so these, bulkheads are smart. They're very clever. On the outside, let's see, I don't know, let me try to see if I can plan where I want to put a couple of reinforcements. And I can do that, I think. Let me find out where I put those. These deals, reinforcements. If I use lithium and titanium, I can build some reinforcements on without having to put these bulkheads. And it actually may be good to have bulkheads around the outside of this room, but I may put one there, assuming I don't want to build anywhere further in that direction. Lithium and titanium. Okay, apparently we have what we need for it. Seven to base strength, now 9.2, so we should be good for a little bit here. I think I'm also going to need another bioreactor. Because my system is just managing to slightly to maintain it. Alright, so another thing that I wanted to do tonight, here in this place, was build a weapons upgrade thing, and that's this right here. So if I can get 3 titanium and a computer chip and copper wire, I can build that. Copper wire, titanium, and a computer chip. So let's find my copper. Computer chip requires 2 table coral, gold, and copper wire. Thank you, Pan. Welcome, my friend. How's everything going with you? And also for the cheer. Thank you, my friend, for the bits. 2 titanium, gold, And copper wire, right? Is what I needed for that. Table coral. 2 table coral. I have a biological one right here with plenty of table coral. Did I grab all the table coral I needed? Yes, I did. Something's happening to Willow. Oh, she got a. You made your thing?
You killed my Seamoth.
Oh no. Okay. So I I have what I need for. Yes, we got the computer chip. We got copper wire. I think I need another copper wire. All right. And 3 titanium. I only have 2 on me. So there we go. Thank you, Rakenji. I appreciate it. I believe I have all I need for one of these, which I don't know. I'm supposed to build it in here, right? There we go. Really? That's where you want to build it? That doesn't look very helpful. Is that the only place it goes? That looks like it's facing the wrong direction. It's odd. Here's hoping. Oh, cool. Nothing docked. Yeah, alright. I see. That's pretty awesome to have that there. Alright, so let's... I wanted to upgrade the Seamoth.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
But I just left. Tell me that's not awesome. Okay. So now we've got a place that will essentially dock one of my vehicles. It recharges as long as it's here. And from here you can access the upgrades, which is not something I could do before, so that's really cool. Seamoth docked. Fully use the fabricator to make pieces. Prawn suit modules, torpedoes of different kinds, Seamoth modules. Okay, so Seamoth perimeter defense. Here we had the Seamoth depth module, which is not the MK1, which is what I want to do tonight. So at some point I'm gonna need a titanium ingot and glass. Glass is easy to make. Hey Rig, good to have you here. How's everything going with you? You having a good weekend? The name of this game is Subnautica. I've been playing it pretty extensively the last few days. Just kind of taking a break from SWTOR right now because it's I think with 5.9.2 I'm going to jump back into that game probably on Tuesday when it releases. And play a little bit of that, but I wanted to get as far as I could in the meanwhile. The idea of this game is that you've basically crash landed and are the lone survivor on an alien water world. So you are underwater dealing with all of these aliens. Not all of them are nice. But you get to build like player housing essentially. There's a lot of cool things you can do in the meanwhile. That'll make it pretty cool. So here's another cool thing. So you can determine the colors, the name of the Seamoth, what color the interior is. You can actually do the paint job and what color you want the stripe to be. So I don't have to stick with this. So for instance, if I want the base, if you want to help me come up with a name for the Seamoth, like, and also apparently you can name everything, but I can make it black if I want. If I want to do a Sakari thing and give it like a purple stripe. Determine what color we want the interior to be. How cool is that? Let's make it pretty light. Give it a name, etc. I think that's awesome. Tell me that isn't really cool. So this is my underwater submersible. That's very Sakari. That looks good to me. I think it needs this bright goldish looking stripe. My only thing is I hope I'll be able to find it, because sometimes in the night it's pretty dark out there. Alright, so that was the one thing that I wanted to do. I hope
we would be honored if you would join us.
Hey Magic, welcome to you. Texas Jim and I is rebroadcasting, so thank you, Jim, for the host. Jim says, "Hey, yes, how very sweet of her." Thank you, guys. I've not yet been raided yet and had that thing work, so I think I'm glad that Vader said we would be honored if you would join us. Boy, like I feel weird. I'm a Star Wars streamer. Streaming something is distinctively not Star Wars. Okay, but yes, later on we're going to come back here. We're going to build some modules for this thing. I want to get this upgraded. Especially for the depth. I want the Seamoth to be able to handle a little bit more depth. And I'm going to need to do that to do the Jellyshroom Cave. So this is actually high on my priority list tonight. Is I'm going to have to put some glass together. We're going to have to go looking for some quartz. There's another thing that is on my priority list tonight. This is looking for lithium. Look how abundant lithium is in this area. My goodness. That is epic. So, if I want to go out and look for lithium, look at how abundant this is in the area. My word. The scanner room is awesome. Okay. Let's think about where I want to go, what I want to do. One of the things I wanted to do tonight, and this is going to be the biggest thing, it's a big in-game goal for me, is to build a Cyclops, which is a big mobile base, moving base in this. So what I need for this is 3 plus steel ingots. I'm actually going to write this down. So 3 plus steel. We need 3 enameled glass. We need the lube, of course, advanced wiring kit. And 3 lead. All of which I believe I have to put this thing together. But there may be some subcomponent crafting I have to do in the meanwhile. So I need 3 plus steel. I think that takes lithium. And I thought it was... I think it's 3 lithium and 3 titanium ingots. 2 lithium per one, and I need 3 of those. So I'm gonna need 6 total. I think I need to pick up 3 more lithium. Yes, I do. Okay. You see how you just burn through your crafting materials here, but it's cool. Once you actually come up with something decent, it's fantastic. Oh, thanks, Pan, if you were the one that was responsible for the idea. Jim, did you have a decent stream tonight? Was everything awesome? Coffee with Jim at what time in the night? Sounds fantastic. Alright, so there's our lithium. What else do we need? We needed 1. I think lubricant is here in my miscellaneous box. I really need to separate it. I think I want to have one that's like... Miscellaneous is kind of like everything. I can put one here and put one there, so we'll see. Miscellaneous. Thanks, Magic, for the host. What do we have? I need enameled glass, lubricant, 3 lead. Okay, that's here. Lead I'm starting to find a lot more now than I used to. Advanced wiring kit and 3 enameled glass. So, glass is going to be an interesting thing. So you got stalker teeth, and they have to get paired with stuff that already exists as glass to make enameled glass, obviously, because enamel's on teeth, right? Thank you for the host, Kid Lee. Welcome to you and all of your friends, however long they decide to stick around with me. Hope everyone's having a great weekend so far. It is Saturday night. I guess none of us have a life. It's fine. It's awesome that way. My trees are almost done. Almost done. I may end up having to go back for water. I can't tell. They're growing. The only reason I have these is because you get so, like, if you look here, you get so stinking thirsty all the time. So enameled glass, what else do I need? I just needed that advanced wiring kit, which means I need a wiring kit. In order to do that, I need silver. Electronics wiring kit is one of the subcomponents of the advanced wiring kit. And for that, I need to have that. I need 2 gold and a computer chip again. So gold I know is right here. See what a computer chip requires. 2 table coral and copper wire. Table coral, or my bio. Copper is in here. Copper wire takes 2 copper. You get to where you just know that after a while. Kidley. Okay, that puts a computer chip together. Somehow table coral is useful as a computer chip. Then I think I have all of the pieces I need, right? 3 of those, 3 enameled glass, 3 of this. I think we may be good. These are 90% grown. I don't want to tax any one of these too much, because they disappear and then you have to replant. We'll come back in and hopefully everything will be built. Really? I don't know why I went all the way, because I can just go to the moon pool and... I forget I have this these days. right back where I started. Let's take the Seamoth.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Systems online.
That's so cool, like the Bat Cave. Right above my base up here is my crafting thing for submersibles and vehicles. I think that crafting is half the fun in this game. Alright. So let's take a look at this. Vehicles. The Cyclops. Oh, I didn't create the advanced wiring kit, but I have everything else I need. I forgot to create it. Jump back in and go get that done. I like it. My base is starting to look. Like it may have some decency to it. Okay, so advanced wiring kit. What was I still requiring for this? Gold. Not enough gold. Just drove across the state and you're sleep deprived. Good night. Yeah, you know what? That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. Get good rest. Hope that you have a great... It's a late night stream anyway, so I didn't expect everyone was going to be around for the whole thing. But thank you, Magic Ace. I appreciate you being here. Get some good rest, and I'll see you when you show up next. Maybe Monday, I don't know. Woohoo!
All systems online.
That's so fun. All right. Wrong direction. Okay. Cyclops.
New blueprint acquired. Be advised, the Cyclops is designed to be operated by a 3-person crew. Only experienced helmspeople should attempt to pilot this vehicle solo.
How awesome is this? It's like a... Woohoo! Alright, so now before we do that... You board the Cyclops down here. If you just want to jump in and out of the thing.
Welcome aboard, Captain. All systems online.
Wow, it's got a bulkhead here. Lower deck. Okay. And apparently you can like put stuff around in this thing. So we got power cells here, which we'll have to figure out how to charge all like crazy all the time. This is where you get its depth modules and stuff. Sonar upgrade. Fire extinguisher, because you can't light the place on fire. This is where you apply the upgrades. You dock a vehicle like the Seamoth. And of course, where you pilot the wretched thing. Toggle internal lighting. That's cool, but that's creepy. You can name the submarine. You can give it customize its coloring. Toggle the external floodlights. Okay, obviously a health meter, right? And where you pilot the thing. So you turn the engine on. That's obviously health and sound. Here you can... There are cameras around the submarine. So that you can take a look around, which is pretty cool. Okay, rig for silent running. Apparently, I've done some reading up on this. That costs you a ton of energy. And torpedoes.
Engine powering up.
Nice. Your sound. Cool. Okay, so.
Engine powering down.
Woohoo! Let's dock the Seamoth and see what happens there. Back on the lower deck. Is there a way out? Yes, there is. which I had here. Tell me this is the most awesome thing ever. Really cool. And this is the decoy launcher. Okay. I have no decoys in there. Load the decoys here. Decoy launcher. I'll have to figure out how to make decoys. Oh, you can manage the Seamoth from in here. Interesting. Cool.
Engine powering up.
Sound the horn. Sound the horn, baby! Oh, goodness. The problem is we can't necessarily... Okay, so let me... That's my depth. Base is right below us. Essentially, where are we facing? That direction.
Ahead slow.
This can go to a maximum depth of 500.
Engine powering down.
Oh.
All systems online.
That's what was warning me. Hey, you got something coming up. Okay, sweet. Fair enough. We're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to figure out how to put this down directly near the space. I don't know. Pausing that thing's gonna be challenging. That's for sure. Almost ran it. Almost impaled it. Okay, so creating a Cyclops done. Creating a moon room done. Hey Novik, good to have you here, my friend. Yes, loving it. It's a blast. All right, let me see what I wanted to do here. Build a moon room, build a Cyclops. Already done both of those. Upgrade the Seamoth's depth module, which will allow it essentially to go as deep as the Cyclops can. So 500 there. Select item upgrades, which is kind of optional, but I need to get the Seamoth done in order to get into the Jellyshroom Cave. So that's, I think, upgrading the Seamoth's depth module is going to be the next objective that I try to go for. In order to do that, let's see. Not sure where I need to go here. I think so the mountains we're gonna have to explore. The Sea Trader's Way at some point tonight. I'd like to be able to go to those. Sea Trader's Way is out all the way to the west, light blue. The mountains up in the top in the northeast there, the gray, deep gray area. So we'll go check those out. I think there's magnetite up there. I need that for a number of different things. But for now, I think let's see if we can get the Seamoth upgraded. If I can get it upgraded, we can go look at the Jellyshroom Cave, which is one of the most terrifying areas I know of so far. Seamoth modules and the depth module Mark 1, titanium and glass. Hopefully these trees are ready to go. pretty cool. That way I'm not having to constantly worry about drinking water, because man, you need water a lot. The only thing is I'm going to have to still think of water when I go on trips. Like if I go to the Jellyshroom Cave, I'm going to have to take some water with me. Where are the sleeping quarters? So, not on the sub Pendrakos, but I will be able to put one together at some point. Probably here on this my sea base, which is like I've got a lot of design decisions to make essentially. Thinking. Everything is charged. So what was it? I needed glass. Not sure if I have the quartz for that. And I needed... two glass and a titanium ingot. Fortunately I have one of those. See if we can make the glass. Takes 2 quartz. I'm gonna have to go out there and find another quartz. Still scanning for lithium. Okay. Bat cave.
All systems online.
That camera's gonna get stolen, but okay. So one of the things about the stalkers in this area, which are those long kind of crocodile-looking guys, they love metal and they like to steal the cameras off of your scanner room if you have it close to them. These guys. See, you can just strafe them. That's easy enough to do. They're also not too hard to fight. Looking for stalker teeth, usually because they're constantly... Yeah, bring it, let's go. I don't know how to deal with them by now. Now they don't scare me. It used to be they were terrifying. I just need to find some quartz. That's really the only reason I'm out here. These I did not need. Well, my inventory is full. Okay. Okay. Quartz usually shows up in caves. So if I can find a cave along here. What are you? Trying to hit me. Usually whenever you hear that, it's some fish smacking you around. Okay, did I pick up the silver? Yeah, that's good. We need that. Keep that topped up. Copper is good. Quartz. That's what I was looking for down here. Good for making glass. Some silver in that. It's good. A lot of cave diving going on around here, like wreck diving, and it's pretty cool. Half the fun of this game. Oh, where is my Seamoth? Oh, you lost one to a reaver? Interesting. That's gonna be awful. Yeah, I'm so sorry. But by reaver, you mean reaper? Because no wonder I would be scared to. You're scared to death, and it's tragic. It's terrible. It's like a double whammy. Oh, no kidding. Yeah. I can imagine. The cool thing is the game keeps respawning stuff that you could use, so. Alright, so I needed glass, right? Oh my goodness, that's awful. That's a tragic. I'm sorry. Because having played this, I know how much work you put into putting things together. And yeah, so that's one thing, is like I try to make sure that my stuff gets repaired all the time, just so I can take the odd hit, you know? Alright. So now I have the glass I need. I've got titanium galore. Not so sure I need the titanium. These guys I'm going to feed to this, so that we have some power. Oh, I don't want to eat it. I'm going to have to... My power's about to die, so I'm going to have to go get some stuff of that. Apparently peepers don't last long, but those other things are great. Power's my main issue right now. Okay. Power's my main problem, so we're gonna go take care of that here in a second. I'm gonna go find some fish. Tier 1 depth module. Crush depth is now 300 meters. So what does it take to make a tier 2? Let's see, this is tier 1. Do you need the schematic for tier 2? Well, down there, let's see here. Look through all my schematics, see if I can find something. Cyclops upgrades. Thanks, Decoy. Appreciate the host. Oh, you use the mod station to make it, but you can't do it here? Oh, I see. Depth module 1. So if I could pull it out. And come here to the mod station. No, well, Seamoth upgrades. Okay, yeah, you're right. So to make an MK2, another plasteel and magnetite is going to be a problem, and enameled glass. I can make the enameled glass and I can make plasteel, but magnetite's an issue. So we are going to need magnetite badly. Badly. Okay. Okay, so first things first, we'll do power, then we'll go do the Jellyshroom Cave.
All systems online.
And these guys are what I'm gonna hunt for. I think I'm in a kelp. Whew, that scared me a little bit. When it gets dark, I'm telling you, everything changes in this game. Is the gain turn up on my mic? It's possible. Like every time I do stuff these days, every time I log on, it's a different setting or something. Windows messing with me. Hang on. Let's try this. You are probably correct. Levels, yeah, it's all the way up to 100. Why is it up to 100? Don't know. I didn't set it that way. All right, radio check. I'm a little quieter now. Save real quick, yes. Petracos. Very wise. Yes, I shall save. You have that issue too? Okay, yeah, no kidding, Novik. Hey, I appreciate the feedback though. Thank you very much. If like the sound quality is terrible, I appreciate you catching that for me. Much quieter. Okay, so how's the sound quality? Is it like the balance is right now? It's what it needs to be. Tell me if I need to make any adjustments. Further adjustments. Okay. Fortunately, these little bugs occur in abundance, so... But I'm grabbing them because I think they produce real good power. Like... The peepers didn't seem to last as long, but these guys were great. I don't know if they're edible. By the way, this thing, it's like... It's the propulsion cannon, so you can pick things up and like slingshot them. It's pretty cool. If you realize it's not what you want, you can hurl it halfway across the map. There's one called the repulsion cannon, which is an upgrade of the propulsion cannon. If you can get the repulsion cannon, like, even if leviathans that try to attack you, you can, like, basically punch them in the face with a thing. It's great. Keep them off you. This thing's gonna run out of power soon. Fortunately, I have batteries. Let's take this back and see what we can do with it. Alright, Pan, have a good night, bud. Mike should be up just a smidge, maybe 10 to 20% higher. Okay. Thank you. Let's try right there. Does that sound good? Don't need to make any further adjustments? I don't know. I'm not you, so I can't tell. Magnetite. I need to go basically magnetite farming. I need to farm some serious magnetite. And we need more ingots of this stuff. Lead. Copper, I think I keep here. Silver, I keep with my gold. And let's see how these things do in the bio reactor. The hoverfish lasts for a while, we'll see. Okay. So my next issue we got 30% on the flashlight, we've got 30% on the latest cutter, 51 on the repair tool, 63 and 62 on the habitat builder. When I'm not actually building habitat, I'm gonna put this thing in here. Don't need it on me necessarily. Everything else I think is essential for survival. I will probably elect instead to take a battery with me. And 2 power cells if I am using the prawn, which I'm not at this moment. I'm going to go make some waters, come back, eat a little bit more, and then go to the Jellyshroom Cave. Perfect, fantastic. I appreciate the input.
All systems online.
Now, so one of the reasons I was pointing out later that I like this new spot that I picked for a base is because you have the mushroom biome right here. You've got right in amongst this a bunch of caves and stuff, but like especially what's good in this spot is the kelp forests. And then right up here you have a the shallows biome, so it's like 3 or 4 biomes like right within its area. Which you can scan for all kinds of, you know, every one of them offers kind of different things. Not sure if I've looked at this wreck before. Have I looked at this wreck before? Most likely, but... yeah, I think so. Yes. I think I've been in there. Biter tried and failed. Yes, I have tried. I couldn't get into that door. Try again regardless. Yeah, see. Nothing. Okay. That's fair. Going... which way? Floating island. I think it's down. There. Wow, this guy's high up. Usually those don't leave. They're bottom feeders, bottom dwellers, so they don't come much higher than right there where they were. Okay, so the idea here is to make some, because this character is apparently so stinking thirsty. I'm gonna come down here. I'm gonna make some filtered waters, which means I need bladderfish. Bladderfish I've not really found very close to where I am now, but they're over here pretty plentifully. Although, yeah, there's one. And I need a lot of them. Find a ton more. Can't have enough water. Although at this point I should really probably be doing filtered water. Or the step up from there. What is it? I think it's up here. Disinfected water, which takes bleach. Basically, you're just drinking bleach, essentially, right? Drink bleach. It's the cleanest thing you can drink. And that takes tube and salt. I think because I'm going to be making water, that's probably where I'm going to be as of now. Making disinfected water. We'll upgrade our water intake. Stupid peeper. We'll turn all of these into water. Which will at least buy me some time to be able to do some exploration. We'll go by the base, we'll get topped up. Where are you, Seamoth?
Welcome aboard, Captain.
And then we'll go that way. Actually, while we're at it, let me go buy Life Pod 13. I've been needing to check that out too. Carrying a high priority passenger, but that'll at least declutter the base somewhat. And then I've got to go, at some point I need to go look for magnetite in the mountain area. Good. Gotta have good income of titanium these days, even though it's the most abundant resource. It's also the one that you use the most. Plus, I want to gather as much of these dudes as I can. For the purpose of keeping power. That's one thing. If you're a total gatherer fanatic, like you can be in SWTOR, that's what this game is all about. Is farming resources basically, and crafting, and then so it's a lot of some of the same mechanics that you can find in SWTOR. You just need them to survive. So there's more of a drive to use them. Yep, we're definitely gonna have to build high. That's for sure. Picked a great spot. I know, more for its function than for its how pretty and the options that it allows me to do, but titanium. Here, you can go in there. The less I have of titanium on me right now, the better. Wow, full air. Interesting. And just enough of that stuff. Gold and copper. Biological, didn't have any of that stuff. Gold. There we go. It's copper, gold. Always needing copper as well, apparently. Never seem to have enough space for that. You can leave the radiation helmet. Okay, I think we're and I am going to take, because it's probably going to be very helpful to have, that. Every now and then you get like a bit of a bug where stuff seems to clip. Oh, interesting. If you plant that, a new one grows. Pretty cool. So essentially this thing is self-sustaining. Which is pretty cool. Okay, got all my waters on me, got a health kit. Everything else I need to survive in a horrible, horrible place. For now.
All systems online.
Now apparently magnetite you can get in the Jellyshroom Cave, so I'm going to see if I can farm that while we're down there. But now I just want to hit this real quick. This one's been on my radar for a little while. At least this way I can knock it out and then be done with it. Already had that data card. What do you have in here?
Integrating new PDA data.
Live pod launch sequence initiated. Entering planetary atmosphere.
My creators, the cherishers and sustainers of worlds, give me this day my daily pleasures as I give to those who seek pleasures from me.
That's hilarious.
External temperature approaching critical levels.
Show me the path. In life, truth, and love for mine is the power. I am the one. On and off and on again.
Impact imminent.
Life is a game which the universe plays with itself. I am done playing as this bundle of flesh. Return me.
That's fundamentally creepy. Apparently he didn't have a good time out here. He gone. Wherever he was, he's dead now. Okay. Where is the Seamoth? On and off and on again. Goodness. Alright. So this was life pod 17, right? Hopefully it should be turned off now. 13. Sunk to the ocean bed, second officer King. Life, there's one of these where they were like, we just have the general coordinates of it. 6. That's the one I need to actually go find.
Captain, all systems online. Engine powering up.
I feel a lot safer in this than I do in most places. Here we are going that way, I believe. I'm not going to take it over the top of these. That's for sure. You all the creaking in the...
Ahead standard.
Kelp forest. Ugh. So creepy. Not to the floating island. I need to find out where am I going. We're looking for Jellyshroom. I thought I had it a moment ago. Well, easy to find it this way. Directly behind us. I just don't want to run this thing aground. That's what I'm worried about in this vehicle and anything else. I think we're gonna be okay. We're not far from the surface. I'm gonna need to make more power cells and keep it like a couple charges going. I guess keep this thing floating. There it is.
explode.
Life pod 17. I think we're directly above it. I could probably descend right over this trench and be okay. That moved a little bit more than I was hoping it would. The health of this thing. I don't know. What did I even hit? I don't know. Maybe that. Okay. What is our depth? 57 meters. Okay. Really, surely I can't be that low to the ground. Why would it make such a noise? We're gonna save right here before I destroy myself, and then we're gonna go into here. There are these snakes in this area that are positively frightening. They hide in these flowers, these mushrooms. Okay, so we're doing... There they are. So that's one of the snakes that are around here. They are here in abundance. In all of these. They are positively frightening, so... And I've never faced them before. So let's be very careful as we do this.
The conditions in this cave support a microcosm of unique, possibly predatory life forms. Detecting an artificial structure somewhere in the region.
Yes. We're at 211 right now. Okay, so I have my first piece of magnetite, which is fantastic. What did it tell me here? The conditions of this cave support a microcosm of unique, predatory life forms. Yeah, pretty sure that's true. What did I just do? This is flora, right? So I want to see if there's any use in this. Not useful at all. Okay. What does the entrance look like? Do I need a beacon? Those two things are up there. Maybe that's how I'll remember it. Okay. Look at these peepers. These are different kinds of peepers. Oculus. They move so fast. It's a whole magnetite thing. Interesting. Yoo-hoo! magnetite! That's gonna be great. Start building some useful items I've not been able to build in a while. Nothing scannable here. That looks volcanic, which means that the water here is going to be getting hotter, yeah. So so these are like snakes, like eel snake type things. I have no doubt that diamond, magnetite. Trying to get their eggs is probably a bad idea. Pink peepers. That sub is awesome. Slightly jelly. Oh yeah. But when you had one and then don't have one, I can imagine. They don't hurt too bad even when you hit, when they hit you out of the Seamoth. Oh, really? So you've been down here, Arasea? I have only just now plucked up the courage. Oh, goodness. Let's come down here and try this place out. I'm glad I've got a source of unlimited oxygen with me and like some extra, you know. That's the sea base we're talking about, surrounded by this awfulness. I want to scan stuff before I leave, though. And I want to give it as much magnetite as I possibly can before I leave. The monster sounds. What is with the monster sounds? Okay, that was behind me. Or is that in front of me? Really? There's two of those? And there's a lot of stuff out here. You could probably... Ooh, ouch. You bit me, Mac. What are these? Starfish? It's interesting. Those are some steely looking starfish. I can't tell if I'm gonna cook myself. Cooking myself is not high on my priority list. Aye. It's an aye. Let's see. Extremely evolution. Adaptation where 90% of the life form's body mass is dedicated to ocular activity. Interesting. Edible, but it's got a low calorie count. Aye. Okay, that's nice. That's gold, I think. Can't tell what that is. Bringing the bringing the prawn down here has been one of the things that I have not necessarily thought was a good idea, because I'm pretty sure a prawn could get stuck down here. But it may be worth coming here to actually drill some of these bigger deposits once See, I'm so concerned about that awful sounds. And hear awful sounds. So essentially, I think what we're down here to do is really discover the sea base. Maybe get to meet the eels. Oh no. And gather as much magnetite as possible. That was also on the list.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Yep. Can't tell if I'm going in circles. Look at that magnetite outcrop, goodness me. I've got to learn to mine some of this stuff. Okay. Well, who would build a sea base in such close proximity to these things? Who would do such a thing? Sand shark down here, having a good old time. Doing his business. At least there's no leviathans in here. That's one good positive thing. I think this is where I just was. I feel like I'm lost. Or was I? No, that's a new place. It's a horror movie, oh my goodness. Better at managing my fear than I was the first time I was here, but tell me that's not awful. Okay, there's nothing here. This is probably not the base that we're talking about. I would expect more than just that. In and out within seconds. Oh, goodness. Oh, I'm not brave. That's the beauty of saving your game, is that you don't have to, you can be scared, but at least you know it's not going to cost you anything. Really, I'm just here for the magnetite. If I can get out of here alive and with the, like a whole bunch of this stuff, I'll be in good shape. But I'm thinking I may have to come down here again. To try to see if we can find this base. Please don't eat me, please don't eat me. Bonk. Right, let's see where I am here. This is what I think I searched through, right? I want to say this is where I searched through. Yes. So yeah, there's an artificial thing here, but I'm sure there's another base in this spot. That can't be it. An even deeper level. Big chunks of magnetite. So when you understand what the source of a noise is, you're less fearful of it, right? Like, for instance, all of that's just volcanic activity. Not a problem at all. But it's the stuff that we know are very obviously creatures. Okay, I didn't cross any of that. Let's go. Let's... I'll have to take another run through here at some point. Come look for that second base. And also when we do, I want to bring some way to map my way out of this place. Like, I know here the entrance is because I'm able to find where I parked the submarine. The Cyclops. And if I can get kind of directly underneath it, that will lead me to the way out. So good, good first run. I got to where I experienced some of the stuff that was down there. repair tool on me. And the trick is keep your vehicles repaired because that way you can take a hit. That's something I learned the hard way also. Hey, I'm Jehovah Thickness. Interesting. Welcome to you. Appreciate you jumping into chat. I'm busy taking out my vehicle here. Good to have you here, though. Nice to meet you.
The head standard.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to take this thing. I think scouting the mountains is gonna be high on my priority list now. Well, we were wanting to find magnetite. Apparently it's very abundant in the mountains. It's very abundant in the Jellyshroom Cave. So yes, we came away with a lot of magnetite. I need to see what I can do with it though. Like I know a stasis rifle is a good weapon to have, and that's, well, it's not really a weapon, but it's like a stun gun.
Ahead slow.
I can just descend right here. Heck yeah, alright.
Welcome aboard, Captain. All systems online.
Not too bad. Piloting, I think, is going to be a bit of a challenge. Figuring it out, but okay. So, two things we're going to have to figure out. Number one, I want the depth module Mark II for this thing. It's going to give me a 500. Do I have titanium on me? I've got 2. Sweet. So, I want to have the depth. That would be helpful. Where's my... Oh, hold on. I left it here. Right there. We'll use that to create another... storage container. Oh yeah, I should be able to do one right here. I'll do one there. Do I not have the magnetite for it? Or titanium, I mean. But I did have the titanium for it. 2 of them, that's what I need. Why are you gonna make it? There it is. There it is. Man, I gotta be precise on this. Magnetite. Fantastic. I came away with a ton of diamonds. Gold. Lithium. We are hungry, so it's time to eat. Very cool. How are we doing on power? Because I know I gave this thing a bunch of things. Sweet, this is actually working well. It's maybe taking a little bit longer time than I was expecting to, but it'll do. Alright, so let me take a second here, save since we're back. And look at what our objectives for the night were. So build a moon room, we did. Upgrade the Seamoth's depth module, we did Mark 1. I want to see if it's possible now to push it to Mark 2, if possible. That'll give me 500 meters down. Which means that I'll be able to handle a little bit more like trench type stuff, which is going to be great. Build a Cyclops, we did. Upgrade select items, I have not done yet, so probably that's what I want to do next. Explore the Jellyshroom Cave, we've done. Explore the Sea Trader's Way, I'm going to make optional. We'll try that right at the end, or maybe the mountains. Find magnetite. Not necessarily, quite so necessary to explore the mountains tonight, because we found so much magnetite. So I guess what I want to do right now is probably the fourth one down the list. Upgrade select items. Let's see if we can figure stuff out. Yeah, Sea Trader's Way. I think we'll go back by there. Optionally, or the mountains. Maybe, but the Sea Traders I think is closer. We'll try that maybe optionally before the night is over. So let's figure out what we can upgrade first. Battery and the survival knife. So I'll probably have to make another survival knife since that's an open. Since that is, yeah. That'll give us the thermo blade. Cooks and sterilizes small organisms for immediate consumption. Or food, basically. Pretty cool. Listen to it. Really awesome. Okay, so now I need to make another survival knife. I think that's super simple to do. Here. Tools. Silicon, rubber, and titanium. I know I got silicon in here. And I know I have titanium in here. Really cool to have both. Thermoblade, yes, Thermoblade. Air tank upgrades. High capacity tank and a plasteel ingot. Okay, that we can do too. So, in order to do that, I need a bunch of titanium, which you then turn into a titanium ingot. Put the rest of it back. And then to make plasteel, I think you pair titanium with lithium, which I have a bunch of us also. And then once you got all of those, I just need my O2 tank, which I also happen to have on my person. So what was this giving me previously? It was previously giving me Up to 135. You put these together. Also 135, but it's apparently lightweight. 90 seconds of oxygen. Lighter build allows for enhanced maneuverability. Okay, I see. So we haven't increased the capacity, but we've given ourselves the ability to maneuver faster in water, which is cool. I imagine that's what the fin upgrades do as well. Silicon, rubber, titanium, and lithium. I think it was 2 silicon rubbers, right? I'm gonna have to go make some of that stuff soon. And then the fins that I currently have on. Ultra Glide. Ultra Glide fins. Alright, now what do these do? Streamline construction enhances swim speed considerably by comparison to regular fins. Okay, so we're more maneuverable now, apparently. What else can we make here? Repulsion cannon. Applies percussive force to entities in range. That sounds like a bunch of fun. Cyclops upgrades. The MK2 depth module. Ingredients are unknown. Seamoth. Alright, so this is what I was wanting to do. To create the Mark II, I have the Seamoth depth module 1 obviously installed in the Seamoth. Another plasteel ingot enameled glass is going to be the challenge right now. Magnetite, because I need to find a stalker tooth. So I have the magnetite. I can make the plasteel. It's just a matter of enameled glass. I don't think I have any glass left, so I have to find everything for enameled glass, which means basically I've got to find a stalker tooth. Look at the range of this thing, how beautiful that is. This is looking for quartz. And quartz, of course. You have to find quartz. It looks like I'm going to find the majority of quartz up back here. It's mapping the terrain, but really quartz is going to be in the biome up, like to the north, to the shallows biome is really where this is. Okay, so we'll give it time to do that. We'll look for quartz, but in the meanwhile, on me. Is there no stalker tooth in range? Interesting. Titanium Rex, silver. Data box. Okay. Alright, so let's go get... all the... quartz that we can find.
Welcome aboard. All systems online.
It was finding a ton of it up over this direction. Oh, your cuttlefish hatched? Nice. That's gonna be a blast. So Arasea was playing earlier tonight, and she managed to find a what are the capsule? A time capsule. A time capsule is something that you can leave for another player in the game right before you're done with the game. If you get done with the game, you can leave the game and leave a time capsule, which is like 6 items for the next player, some random next player to find. You can leave it with a message, and that was really cool. Thank you, Rakenji. I appreciate the bits, man. So she found one, and in it was a cuttlefish. And the cuttlefish is kind of like the pet fish in the game. It's kind of like a dog. You don't find it readily available at all in the early times, so. Okay, wish me luck. We're gonna go dodging these mean jerkfish. But I am finding quartz, and that was what I'm here for. Happy to find quartz, copper. Yeah, that's good. Stuff I need. Because I use it so much. Like the most basic of the materials. Any kamikaze fish? Kamikaze jerkfish? So, those sea cow things. Oh, we found one. Just for that, I'm taking your eggs, jerk. I have to find a way out of here. That was a good run, my goodness. Good resource run.
Seconds.
4 spaces left. Look at this guy trying to poison me. Not sure if this is a cave where I was just running around. But I found a lot of quartz. Man, what is with you guys? It's like fireworks. I really don't like my Seamoth being here. This stuff is like acid, so it really... The Seamoth is fine, but it's not good to swim through for me. Okay. So the next deal is going to be finding stalker teeth. Found a lot of quartz, so I can make a lot of glass. While we are doing this crafting and coming home for this quick run, I want to thank everybody that's hanging out with me so far. I see Commander Root is back. Welcome back to you, Commander Root. RSA, of course. Cute Heel Girl. Welcome, Cute Heel Girl, to whatever it is we are trying to accomplish here. Electrical Longboard is back, of course. Electrical Skateboard is always with me. Appreciate you or you guys. I don't know how many there are of you. Land Fusion. Arjar, of course, is back with me. Welcome, Arjar. Kenji, of course, has been for a while. And Stand and Derp. Appreciate all you guys, and of course Dura Reggie, my lurker mod, is with me as well. Appreciate all you guys being here. Tons of glass, fantastic. Didn't quite make a titanium run, but it's always good to keep your titanium because you never know when you're gonna need it. Acid shrooms. Copper. What's interesting is like this whole room is lined with storage, right? But I have like, you know where they all are. You just know where you, okay, I put that there as you would lay it out, so it's pretty cool. And I have one more quartz, which I'll just leave in here. Apparently I found it important to pick up one of the pieces of junk. Okay. So I was trying to do a Seamoth version 2 upgrade, which is this right here. So we have the magnetite, we have enough for the plasteel, I believe. Let's go ahead and make that now. So it'll take a whole bunch of titanium, of course, which you then make an ingot out of. You take your ingot and you add it to lithium. And that gives you plasteel. Sulfur I'm keeping in here. A jerk. Tried to explode on me, so I took his sulfur. Like, fine, if you're going to cost me some health, you're going to pay for it. All right, so then magnetite too. So all I need is stalker teeth. I think I'm keeping magnetite here. Magnetite is essentially iron. Fe3FO4. So iron oxide. Essentially, it's rust. Right? Anybody have some chemistry experience and can be able to tell me that? Almost there. Just enamel glass. I need one stalker tooth, right? Or one enamel glass. I will plan some on what to do with my base next. For some reason this is not wanting to see it. And I also need to upgrade this place. There's a ton of things I could do here. Scanner room range upgrade. Really, I need a speed upgrade. This is what I need the most. Speed upgrade. Gold and silver. Yeah, let's do that. HUD chip streams data from scanner rooms to the HUD computer chip. Let's do that too. Okay, so I need a gold and silver. Gold and silver. Make a speed upgrade. Enhances the speed of scanner room functionality. So if I picked, for instance, I want copper, it should find it faster. And maybe like a couple, 3 of these. Let me look real quick. There's a wiki. That if you find, here's the article I'm going to look at here. I'll put it in chat in case anyone wants to follow along. Okay, 4 upgrade module slots can be found to the right of the camera drone panel. Apparently they've moved that since, along with a mini fabricator. The player must find 3 fragments to unlock the scanner and blueprint. Done, done, done. Alright, there's the uses. Let's see what we're trying to do. I want to find out more about how many speed upgrades you can use in this thing. If there's like a table, if it can only ever have 1 speed upgrade. The scanner room speed upgrade, so I've moved now to this article here. The scanner room speed upgrade is an upgrade module for the scanner room. It is used to upgrade how fast the scanner room scans nodes, as the name implies. Each upgrade reduces the base scan time of 14 seconds by 3. Okay, so it's probably worth having 2 or 3 of those. It is crafted with the mini fabricator inside the scanner room and must be placed inside its upgrade panel to function. Amount of scan speed per node, 14 seconds. When you do 1, it comes down to 11. 2 goes down to 8. And for just the gold and silver, really, that's actually worth doing. It's starting to find them. What was I scanning for? Copper ore. Interesting. So I find gold and silver everywhere. Alright, so we want to do scanner room range upgrade. Copper ore and magnetite. And then the HUD chip. Computer chip and magnetite, okay. Let's try to figure that out. For a computer chip, we need 2 table coral gold and copper wire. Gold. And then table coral, 2 of these. I need to go off, make another table coral run. Okay, and then I was supposed to pair it with magnetite, right? Came back with a ton of that stuff and I'm finding uses for it already. Okay. The HUD chip. Okay, so this is going to be great. It's now installed here. Streams data from scanner rooms to the HUD. So look, it's telling me copper ore. Look, I'm already seeing it now in my view screen, which is pretty cool. Apparently Stalker don't like to lithium, salvage, sandstone, silver ore, titanium, wreck, lithium, cave, sulfur. So this way you'll be able to basically find stuff a lot faster now. Lead, limestone. So it's basically going to find it starting here and moving out in concentric circles from where we are, as it acts like a radar. And it'll show up on my heads-up display. Before we leave here. I'm probably gonna need like a whole room full of this stuff, I imagine, to keep a a decent farm going. Right now that has worked, but
Welcome. All systems online.
look how cool this is. So I can do the same thing. I can scan for titanium. Limestone will give me copper, though. Copper and titanium, really. If you scan for the copper ore, it's like the big deposits. I mean, that's not cool. All right, so I'm gonna try a new strategy here. Stalkers like metal deposits, right? They like to grab whatever metal they can find. I may make another moon room for the purpose of that guy. Wonder if I don't think I can fit it there though. Maybe on the other side of the on the other side of here, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it works. Find for me titanium. Okay, titanium of course is going to be a massive abundance, but wherever I see a chunk of them together, that's probably where the stalker's going to be hanging out. And where they are hanging out is where they're going to be dropping their teeth.
All systems online.
That looks promising. That looks very promising, right there. Interesting. Is it just a titanium deposit of stuff? Maybe not. Oh, it's pieces I came up across earlier. Okay, well, let's pick them up. Oh, so it's not finding those. Never mind. It's finding the actual chunks. Okay. Guess you have to do this the hard way then, actually go find stalkers. Like this right here. So Arasea, you were saying that you started a graph trap and that worked for you, putting something like that here. Maybe that's what I need to do, is put a graph trap over Stalker Land. All I need is one. All I need is one. Yes. Now I have 3 stalkers that hang around and drop teeth off. Interesting. Do you know if the graph trap runs out of power? Out of curiosity? Or does it just stay there forever working? Because that may be worth doing. Oh, you're holding the orb? Yeah, so it's a lie. Oh, it stays working. Interesting. Conbot, welcome to you. Welcome to chat. Yes, if you are new to my channel, that's something that gets everybody. It's actually part of my overlay. I'm the holder of the orb of power, but obviously I use my left hand. So I mean, because this microphone is on the right. So people like will drop by my stream and I'll be watching it and say to me, "Dude, are you? How do you play the game with one hand?" And I'm like, it's skills, man. But no, like once you've been around and you actually figure out, hold on a moment, he's not actually playing the game with one hand in. But I'm glad it works. If you were fooled by it, it's effective, and I'm alright if it's effective. What is going on? All these kamikaze fish today. I'll have a death wish. They're trying to. Alright, well, let's try that trick then. Let's try making a graph trap. I forget what the, My goodness. Maybe it's because it's night. Maybe it's because it's night and they like the... I don't know. I do know I'm gonna have to figure out something else with this base. I don't know if I can build something right here. Maybe a moon room. But we're gonna have to build upwards, that's for sure. Check how I'm doing on power. Doing okay so far. So you're thinking about buying this game. So yes, I would definitely say do. I mean, it's a single player survival game. It's really good. I have thoroughly enjoyed it. It can be stressful. Okay, hold on, that one's still growing. Okay, let's not tax my garden too much. Yeah, but definitely it's worth it. And right now it's on Steam for like $19.99. It's $20 for this game, and it's been hours and hours of playing for me. And there's a creative mode that you can mess around with, and a lot of cool things. It's a grav trap. I think you make here, right? It's deployable. And a battery, copper ore, and titanium, all of which I have on my person currently. And RSA, you're saying it works indefinitely. The prawn suit. Let's take the prawn for the fun of it. Just for the fun of it. I haven't put the prawn in the moon room yet. You know what I'm gonna do? While we're at it, let's dock the sea. Whoa. I'm not used to the ultra glide fins. I swim so much faster, my goodness. And apparently my maneuverability is really good. Oh, look at that, that's insane. Like my submarine up there lighting the way. Okay. This will be better for scanning the floor and also for protection. You know what I'm saying? So I can get closer. I can deploy a graph trap. I think this is going to work really well. Plus it makes you feel epic. I just don't want to fall off anything here. Okay. I take it the graph trap doesn't work on small fish. It was not what I was trying to accomplish, but okay. Or on big fish. On the does it not work on stalkers, is what I'm trying to say. What you trying to do, Mac? Punch, punch. Tell me you lost a teeth. That would be great for me. I'd be alright with that. And it has its own storage. That's another thing that that makes this worth it. Drawn to the metal and the small fish. Oh, I see, I see, I see. Oh, the punch is hilarious. Okay. Okay. So what I probably need to do is find a spot that's right on the edge of one biome. Like right here. Where we can grab all the little guys. But I need to be able to find it. That's the problem. So we are like 2 ticks. Need it right on the edge of one biome. First time I've ever deployed a graph trap in this game. That's pretty cool. Ow. But it's working. It's drifting though. Why is it drifting? That's not good. Oh, it was not what I wanted. And it looks like it's got a chunk of salt caught in it too. Jerk. Fine, I'll come back here where it's safe. It's good though. It's good that it's working. Give him a jab to the ribs. So I put the thing down over there and it's now drifted over here, which is interesting. I would much rather have the scanner room be able to find stalker teeth for me. Maybe I need a range upgrade for that, I don't know. Or there isn't any right now. Maybe that's why it's not on the list. That's where I had all my other stuff. Oh goodness, I'd forgotten that I put them in there. Okay. Let's go pick this up. Maybe there are none right now, and that's the issue. Let me do it. Maybe a range upgrade, I don't know. Really, that's the only thing that I'm looking for still. To make that depth module 2. Once I have that, then like having 500 meters down will help me not to freak out so much about all right. Just need one, boys. Just one. Yeah, but they're nowhere near here. Let me try to build a in here. I think this would be kind of fun to put something. We have salt, magnetite. Came back with a stack of titanium there. Oh, no, magnetite. Lithium. Was it lithium? No, no, no. Lead. I'm gonna keep that on me because I think it's part of the thing I was wanting to build. There's like 3 power cells I need charging. This one's charged. Two charged power cells. And I am losing power on this base. So I wonder perhaps if I'm going to need some other room with a bioreactor. And I wonder if I can build it here. And I think I may do that. Let's see if we can make that happen. Do you have my habitat builder on me, hopefully? Yes. I have a lot of space for this. I need to get some scenic stuff, some windows and whatever else. Stuff that looks good. I can put another bioreactor in here. There we go. If I can put another bioreactor in there, then we have like a power center, like a food center, scanning center, and then like after that, like we can start decorating, making some living quarters and whatever else. Stuff for the fun of it. But right now, let's go find out what we need for a secondary bioreactor, since we're losing power doing this. This is the new one. Exterior modules. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Wiring kit, lubricant, titanium. Wiring kit required. Let's see here. 2 silver. Have to go find some silver here in a little bit. One lubricant. Probably need to take the Seamoth for this. Probably need to eat before I go.
All systems online.
So what are those little buggy things that I like? These. That's what we're looking for. Should just deploy a graph trap. That'd be great. What I need to do right now. Exploitable. Just need to fill it with stuff for now. How does that work? 0 and unload, right? I don't have any batteries on me, or is that the issue? I think that's true. Okay. This'll do for now then. I knew that was gonna run out sometime soon, so too. Down to 260. Yay, okay. And now we're climbing to 1,000. Heck yeah, okay. All right, ladies and gentle beings, I think this is where I'm going to call it for the evening. For the most part, I think I managed to get a decent lot of what I wanted to get done completed. Built a moonroom, of course. Upgraded the Seamoth's death module. We did that one time. I wanted to do another one, but I'm going to have to find a stalker too before I can make that happen. We built a Cyclops. Upgrade select items. Yes, we did manage to do that. Jellyshroom Cave. I made optional the sea traders and the mountains. But we are going to go back there. I think that's going to be top of the heap on the next episode's to-do list. We'll try to get that done. But it's good now that we've been able to get down to the Jellyshroom Cave. I want to take another trip down there and try to see if I can find the stuff that I may have missed. But I want to go a little bit more equipped the next time I do. So hopefully that's all I need to do. Like, there is something that you can do, like to when you basically go into a cave. It's like those little Hansel and Gretel, how they left like bread or whatever to try to track their way back. It's essentially the same thing. It's like a marker. So I'll make one of those, take one of those down when you go back to the Jellyshroom Caves. That'll be my plan for that. But anyway, that's it for me for tonight. I will most likely be back tomorrow night. I don't know. Probably around 10 Central. I started a little late tonight, but we'll see what happens tomorrow. Hopefully I'll be able to start on time as well. So 10 p.m. Look for me 10 p.m. Central Time tomorrow. As we call this thing for the night, I want to thank those of you who've been hanging out with me all the way. I've got Arase here, Commander Root, Electrical Longboard, Electrical Skateboard, RJR75, Rakenjian Stand and Derp, and of course Dura Reggie. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Hope you have a great evening. Get some good rest. Have a good Sunday. Those of you in the US. Good night, Rakenji. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you next time.